The screen opens in total darkness, the faint sound of water dripping echoing in the distance. A slow breath breaks the silence, followed by the flicker of a dying light bulb swinging above a flooded concrete room. A man stands ankle-deep in water, his reflection trembling beneath him. His voice cuts in, low and controlled. Some places don't forget what you did, they just wait. A sudden cut to a crashing wave against a massive offshore facility. Helicopter blades roar as a storm builds overhead. Rain lashes against steel structures, alarms faintly echoing beneath the thunder. A title flashes briefly, then disappears into static. We see a hardened figure walking through a dim corridor, his boots splashing through shallow water. His face is bruised, eyes focused. He checks a weapon, then pauses as distant screams echo through the halls. A voice over a radio. Distorted and urgent. "We lost contact with the lower decks. Something's wrong." The scene cuts to a control room in chaos. Screens flicker, cameras cutting in and out. A scientist frantically types, panic in his voice. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. The pressure levels, they are rising beyond containment. Another voice interrupts, calm but dangerous. Containment failed the moment you thought you were in control. Quick flashes of the facility descending into madness. Doors slamming shut, emergency lights bathing everything in red. Water pouring through cracked walls like the ocean itself is forcing its way inside. The main character moves carefully through the corridors, his breathing steady. He opens a door slowly. Inside, a team lies unconscious, water rising around them. He steps forward, checking pulses, then hears something behind him. A shadow moves in the water. Cut to black. A sudden burst of action. Gunfire erupts in tight hallways. Bullets spark against metal as figures scramble through flooding sections. One man slips beneath the surface, dragged down by something unseen. The tension builds as the storm intensifies. Outside, waves crash violently against the structure. Inside, the water level continues to rise. A commanding voice speaks over an intercom. All personnel evacuate immediately. This is not a drill. But the evacuation doesn't go as planned. Escape pods jam. Hallways collapse. The ocean begins to reclaim the facility piece by piece. The main character confronts an older man in a sealed chamber. Their eyes lock. There's history between them. "You knew this would happen." The older man shakes his head slowly. "I knew we were getting close. I didn't know what would wake up." The lights flicker violently. A deep rumble echoes through the structure, something massive shifting below. Cut to a sequence of rapid shots. Divers descending into pitch-black water. A massive shadow moving beneath them. Flashlights flickering as something brushes past. Back inside, a woman runs through a corridor as water chases her from behind. She slams a door shut just in time, gasping for air as it buckles under pressure. The main character climbs a ladder as water surges upward beneath him. He barely escapes as the level below collapses entirely. A quiet moment interrupts the chaos. He stands alone, staring out through a cracked window into the endless dark ocean. Lightning flashes, revealing something enormous moving just beyond the glass. His voice returns, heavier now. "We thought we were exploring the deep. We were wrong." Another cut to chaos. Explosions rip through the lower decks. Fire clashes against water, steam filling the air. People scream as the structure begins to tilt. The older man speaks again, almost in awe. "It's adapting, learning." The main character loads his weapon with determination. Then we stop it. The music intensifies, blending with the roar of the storm. Fast cuts show desperate survival, a hand reaching out from the water. A face submerged, eyes wide in terror. A creature's silhouette rushing past the camera. A final confrontation begins. The main character stands in a partially submerged chamber. Water up to his chest. The lights go out completely. Silence. Then something moves beneath the surface. He steadies himself, listening. A ripple forms. Another. Then suddenly the water erupts. Cut to black. Heavy breathing fills the silence. A single line appears in the darkness. Fear runs deeper than the ocean. The music drops to a low, haunting tone. One last shot. The facility barely standing, surrounded by violent waves. A massive shape rises beneath it, larger than anything seen before. The screen cuts to black as a final sound echoes. Not quite a roar, not quite human. Just something ancient waking up. Deep water coming soon. Silence returns, but the sound of dripping water lingers, as if the story never truly ended.